Need something, darling?
No.
Ugh, rude.
Can I help you?
You know you can.
Pardon? Oh!
I do not like having my time wasted.
Stop that! Oh, don't make me call the guards!
Make a sound and you die.
What do you want? He's in the harbor, at the Long Pier, most likely. We heard what happened at the parade. Charles got all nervous, said he was leaving the country. I thought he was overreacting. I guess not. No.
Thank you.
Hey! Where do you think you're going? Back here, Lee. You're not getting away from me. Oh, that was a bust. Alright. Can I try that again? Like, literally everything that could have went wrong, went wrong. Are you fucking kidding me? First, I bump into a guy. Then, the parkour doesn't work. Then that happens. And then, 2 guards just pummel the shit out of me. Then this parkour doesn't go anywhere. I don't know why I did it again. And then this guy shoves me out of the way. That's nice.
You can't go in there! There's been an accident!
Don't care. There's about to be another accident. Real soon. Where am I going? Where am I going? Give me a direction. There we go, good enough. Okay. If only you knew what was coming to you, Lee. If only you knew what was waiting for you. You just stop a minute and I'll show you exactly what I have in store for you. Whoa!
Why do you persist? You put us down, we rise again. You end one plot, we forge another. You try so hard, but it always ends the same. Those who know you think you mad, and this is why. Even those men you sought to save have turned their backs on you. Yet you fight. You resist. Why?
Because no one else will.
go. Thought it was gonna be stuck there forever. You there? Excuse me.
Rough night, was it? He headed inland. Took a ferry up the Charles River.
I will need passage as well.
Of course. Only say the word.
All right, Lee. Here it comes.
Why would they leave this behind?
Long have we waited for you to return. You have done as we asked. You have succeeded.
No! I have failed! My people are gone! Chased out by those who I thought would protect them!
It is a trade, a sacrifice, and not in vain. For you have found it.
This?
Now you must hide it, where none shall think to look, and then in time, what once was, shall be again.
I do not understand.
Nor need you. Only do as we ask. Then you may do as you wish.
But what of my people?
You have saved this place, as was your people's purpose, and that matters most.
It is not enough!
It will never be enough. You strive for that which does not exist. Still, you have made a difference, and you will do so again. Remember, you must hide the amulet where none might find it.
Oh. there goes that. So that's where it was all this time. For 250 years. It's been in the Davenport homestead. Alright, well, I guess that's where we need to go. Assuming that this place still is in one piece.
I know where the key is. Then let's go.
Alright. There we go.
Guess this is it.
We're right behind you.
Alright. Appreciate it. It's this way, right? Yeah. So, I guess we just put it up close to the thing and it opens?
Moment of truth.
Oh. Alright, well, just like that, huh? It's all open now. Now we'll get to see what all the fuss is about. Whatever's in here is gonna help us
Come.
save the world.
Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished.
Mm-hmm.
Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait!
What do you...
Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
What? Minerva?
But how? You left! You destroyed the device!
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
What do you mean?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machines to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying!
Well,
Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
what is it?
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better?
Well...
She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant.
Oh.
There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
Oh, great.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Then the consequences of this mistake are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
Alright. Here goes nothing.
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside and wait for geological...
That's the end.
now reporting seismic activity throughout the Ring of Fire.
Is that seriously the end, or is there gonna be like a segment where I get to play? Probably not. Alright, well, Assassin's Creed 3. I'll let you guys watch the credits while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels. Obviously, it will be a while before experts are able to assess the full extent of the damage caused by today's events. But it appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
Alright then. Well, that was Assassin's Creed 3. Did you like it? Did y'all like it? I don't know. That's up to you. I thought it was alright. Personally. I feel like sort of narratively, I guess, writing and tone, I think Assassin's Creed 1 is still the best, in my opinion. Everything else, not so much. The gameplay, the exploration, the things to do, the side activities, even the worlds, obviously, are not that great to, or that fun to explore. But to be fair, it was the first game, so you can't really judge it harshly, and you can't compare it to games that came after it. You can't compare 1 to 2 because 2 came afterward, and a lot of lessons learned from 1 carried over to 2. But you can't say the same thing for 1 because that wouldn't make sense. But anyway, we're not talking about Assassin's Creed 1. We're talking about Assassin's Creed 3. And, you know what? I think I'm gonna put it right up there with 2. So, at first place is 1. And then 2 and 3 are on, get the silver. And, Brotherhood and Revelations get the bronze. So you know what? That's not bad. It's average. It's not completely, well, it's not like Revelations and Brotherhood are bad. They're just not as good as the others in relatively speaking. On their own, I'd say they're pretty good games, but compared to 1 and 2 and 3, they're still good, but not as good, if that makes sense. yeah, story-wise, again, I feel like story-wise, it's got that more mature level of writing where everyone is speaking in this like in these philosophical debates. But still, I feel like Assassin's Creed 1 had that authenticity about it. It had like that, like, we're telling it like it is kind of approach to writing, where 3 and 2 felt more, just a little bit more reserved. You know, they still sort of tackle serious issues, and 3 does more than 2. But I feel like they do like the required amount, but they don't really, they reach the bar, but they don't surpass it. So it's like, if you only just push the envelope a little bit, you would have been a great game rather than just a good game. So that's story-wise. I enjoyed the story, but, I didn't, like... Well, I was gonna say that I didn't get surprised by it, but you know what? That beginning where you were playing, where it seemed like you were playing as an assassin, and you were recruiting assassins, it seemed to you. But then it turns out that you've been recruiting a bunch of Templars. Not only that, you've been recruiting the Templar supergroup that you will later be hunting down one after the other as Connor. That surprised me, I knew a little bit throughout the years. I knew a little bit about the game. I knew that you play as Haytham. I knew that Haytham was Connor's father and Edward's son. And I think I heard that he was a Templar, but that it's something that gets revealed later on or something. But I had no idea that it was all of that, And by the time I started playing the game, I forgot most of the things that I knew about the game anyway. So that was a genuine surprise for me when I realized that I was playing as a Templar. But you know what? There were some giveaways. I'll give him that. There were some subtle hints as them not being assassins. The one that I noticed was his hood. He wasn't wearing a hood. I was saying to myself, like, it's weird. It's got to be the first time we play as an assassin that doesn't have a hood on. Assassins have that iconic hood, so it's like, where's his hood? But I thought, maybe he's like a rebel assassin. He's like, he's a non-conformist assassin, and he doesn't live by the Assassin's Creed rules. But no, that was just because he wasn't an assassin. Other things like, at the beginning they were referring to, their group as the Order, not the Brotherhood. I was weird by that. Another thing is, I was waiting for them to say like something like, glory to the assassins, or, nothing is true, everything is permitted, something like that. And the reason I thought the reason that they didn't do that was because, like, they didn't want to overplay the quotes. It's like, oh yeah, we get it, you're assassin, you don't have to say these things that everyone associates with assassins. I thought they were being, like, subversive, but they were in another way, in a different aspect. Yeah. Connor. Connor as a character, you know, he's just, you know, your run-of-the-mill sort of brooding hero. You know, he's like Batman. If Altair was like Altair is more like well, he's not Iron Man or Batman. I don't know what hero sort of gets cocky but then has to learn a lesson. That's kind of like Iron Man, but Iron Man has that charisma. Altair doesn't. So I guess Altair is Iron Man without the charisma, and and Ezio is, you know, Green Arrow maybe. Then Connor is Batman, definitely. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't really again, when you put them on the same pedestal, it's like, you know, it's like the absolute middle, the average, you know? It's not a great character, but it's not a bad character. It's competent, in my opinion. I think he's a competently written character. It's just that his personality and the way he interacts with the world and the characters leaves little to sort of latch on to. There's no, like, you know, Ezio had that, you know, young charm to him at the beginning, so you were easy to like him, and then he had loss, but he also sort of learned to overcome it quickly and become a better man and mature. Altair is like, well, it's kind of the same thing, but he was like, you know, at the beginning he was a prick, and then as the story progresses, you warm up to Altair at the same rate the other Brotherhood members start to warm up to him as well. Connor, it's like, well, he's revenge driven, and then he gets his revenge, and then the story ends. There's not really improvement, you know. They get the dead parents' tragic backstory out of the way pretty early on, and then it's just like moving from place to place, talking to people and more people, doing all these things in the name of revenge. He's more of a vessel for other characters than the other assassins. You know, I feel like if we switched in between Haytham a little bit more, not only would we have grown to like Haytham and be a little bit sad about his death, but I feel like we missed an opportunity to make a little bridge, maybe, between Haytham and Connor's mother, sort of, you know, hooking up, and Connor's birth. I feel like during those years we could have had a little story where not only would we have grown to like Haytham more, but maybe even give different context to Connor, and maybe make Connor more likable too. But it's a shame, really, because it's just it feels like it happens just because it needs to happen. You know, it's like we got these two storylines. How do we bridge them together? Oh, this person sleeps with this person, and the child is Connor, and that's it. Everything is over and done with pretty quickly. So, you know, I feel like that's why Connor just, you know, he just didn't have that opportunity to be great. I still like him. I still, you know, again, on the in the Assassin Hall of Fame, he's definitely there. He's earned his place, in my opinion. But just only because of his actions, not because of who he is. That's the thing. His accomplishments. I like Ezio as both a person and because of his accomplishments. I like Altair because of his growth. You know, he was cocky, then he learned to be humble. That's a relatable thing. Connor, like I said, he gets, you know, he gets that quest for revenge, then he achieves that quest, and then that's it. That's his story. So, you know, I like I like the fact that he killed the bad guys. I like the fact that I like the characters that talk with him. You know, Achilles, Robert Faulkner, you know, some other characters, Charles Lee Hatham, stuff like that. Connor, though, I don't know. And that's why I think I like the homestead missions, because they allow for, you know, they're like they're kind of like the strangers missions in Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, you know, where you meet all these wacky, colorful characters that are so unique and different from one another. But here they one up that by having them interact with each other in one overarching storyline. That I like. That I feel like that's a welcome new addition. Speaking of welcome new additions, this is where the sailing starts. You know, before I heard about this game, I thought 4 was the first game to have sailing. I did not know that. Kind of like the superhero DLC for Saints Row 3 that became Saints Row 4. I did not know that the little sailing side missions and, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, they take up like what, 20% of the game. I did not know that these would then become the main attraction about the next game. So yeah, sailing, I feel like after I got the upgrades, I feel like I enjoyed them a lot more. But without the upgrades, it was pretty rough. It's not bad. For a first attempt, it's not that bad. Hopefully that, you know, in 4 we'll have a little bit more improvement on the movements, the stuff like that, the combat. Yeah. Gameplay-wise, let's talk gameplay. Parkour, it's alright. It's the same, really. No improvements noticed, but not that many, you know, downsides as well. Combat is an interesting new iteration of it. More button mashy, but you know, it works. When it works, it works. But when it doesn't work, when the buttons don't do the things they were advertised to do, that's when things get real ugly real fast. So it's a mixed bag. Stealth, I don't really do stealth much, but it's fine. It's the same. Yeah, I mean, gameplay-wise, I don't know. What is... other than sailing, what's something new gameplay-wise that actually impressed me? You know what? I'll tell you this. The fast travel tunnels, those were fun. I had a lot of fun going around the tunnels, exploring each area, solving puzzles. There was those light puzzles that you had to associate with secret Mason writings. There were those... well, that's it. The other doors weren't really puzzles. There was doors that you could pick the locks, and there was doors that had those puzzles where the symbols had to be aligned or whatever. Those were fine. But overall, I was really impressed by how much there was to do in these tunnels, which were completely optional. There was bits where you had to climb, do some puzzles, stuff like that. So, sorry, I was reading all the voice actor voices to see if I recognize any of them, but they went by too fast, so I'll have to look them up later. I kept on thinking that William Miles, Desmond's father, seems like I've heard his voice before. It's very similar. I don't know if it's in a TV show or another video game or something. I can't remember. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the tunnels. Yeah, tunnels, great. What else? Gameplay aspects. There were the Boston Brawlers. That's alright, I guess. They're kind of like the fist fight missions in the Witcher games. That's alright. They force you to sort of use certain tactics. I mean, that's it. It's like it's alright. It's not a bad addition, but it's not a great addition either. What else is new? Anything else to talk about? Come on, there's gotta be something to talk about. Hunting, tree parkours. I don't know, really. Nothing really comes to mind. Nothing jumps to mind here. The weather, I guess. The weather system is a good addition, I feel like. When it starts raining, or those sections where it's snowy, when it's foggy, I feel like those are great. And this being a remaster also makes them even that much better. The remaster is quite good, I feel like, for a game that came out in 2012. You know, just simply having the graphics be upscaled a little bit. That's pretty good. Textures and weather and nature and terrain, those are all pretty neat. Character models, I feel like that's a common thing that happens when they do remasters and not remakes. The character models just become worse, either because they're high texture, so you notice their imperfections. I guess I really don't know how to explain it. So yeah. But overall, it's a good game. It's a good looking game too. Anything else to talk about besides story and gameplay? Graphics, outfits. I kind of missed having to buy armor pieces. When I was playing the game, I was thinking, like, I wonder what the version of the rare armor is going to be in this game, you know. In Assassin's Creed 2, it was the armor of Altair. In Brotherhood, it was like the Roman armor. I was hoping to have some secret armor to get. You know, the outfits you unlock from side missions or collectibles, they're alright. But I feel like adding armor on top of them would have been good, but maybe it would have been more difficult to implement. And, you know, to be fair, during this period of time, no one wore armor. They were just wearing these coats, so I guess it makes more sense for them to not wear armor. The accounting system, the crafting system in this game, it's fine. For a thing that's optional, I guess it's fine. If you wanna sink some time into it, like I did, you can do it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I feel like we need to implement a better crafting system than that. Maybe just skip the middleman. You don't need to hire blacksmiths and doctors and innkeepers to craft something. Just collect the resources and craft the thing. I feel like that should simplify things a little bit more. But maybe that's the point. They don't want to make it simple. The Assassination Guild is back. Recruiting assassins and, you know, sending them on missions. By the end of the game, all of my recruits became assassins. By that I mean the max level 11, or I guess technically 12. But didn't really have many opportunities to use them. I like that they tried, though. I like that they added new, different assassin abilities, and not just... Well, I guess Brotherhood and Revelations had the Rain of Arrows thing. Here you have Bodyguard Escort, you have Marksman, you have Assassinate, you have Riot, you have Lure, stuff like that. Ambush. So I like that they're trying. So I'm sure that someone who's into these things would find these new additions useful. But I don't really care. You know, most of the times I just run straight into the enemy and swing my tomahawk around, and people will start to die around me, and that'll be the end of that. So yeah. Is there anything to say about this game? I guess the modern day aspect, the modern day storyline just wrapped up in a jiffy. Unless there's some sort of post-credit sequence that adds a little bit more context to the ending, because the ending in quotes is Desmond touches the thing and he dies, and presumably the world gets saved. We don't know that for certain because the game just cuts off into credits. So a little bit more explanation, a little bit more context would be helpful. Hopefully that's what we're gonna get right now. As soon as this loading screen is done. What is it loading, I wonder? Are we going back to the Animus? That wouldn't make sense, since Desmond is dead. No, there's gotta be something else. Is it just gonna be present day now? No more Animus, no more Connor? Oh, no. Epilogue time. All right, we got every name off that list. Seems like our job here is done. Alrighty then. It's time to take that hatchet off. Or is it? Oh, it is. Alright then. Do I get to use the tomahawk now? Nope. Okay. Throw it away, Connor. Sure. Whatever. Okay. So, what are we doing in the Animus? Are we gonna be stuck in the Animus now? Cause I'm dead. Desmond is dead. So... Wait, there's... Hold on a minute. There's a... Huh. There's a little mission indicator indicating that there's a mission bound. What is it? Is Connor gonna take a boat and leave, or what's gonna happen? No, he's not gonna leave. Not without saying goodbye to his subjects / friends. So, what is he gonna do? You really couldn't have picked a better place? One that was closer to any fast travel point? Just had to pick the furthest place away. Oh, goodness. Look at these textures popping in. Alright, well. If it's either that or a longer loading screen, then I don't mind. I'm not gonna judge. Okay. So something is, Can I leave the Animus? No. No, I can't leave the Animus. Because, there's nothing to leave to. But I guess if we're to believe Juno, which we shouldn't, really, but if we're to believe her, then the world is saved. So, I guess that's all we need to know now. Oh, it's a carriage. Are we gonna leave? What are we doing here?
America has no need for your services,
Send them back to Britain in a box!
Oh?
Death to the oppressor! Cut them down!
Oh? Is that guy selling slaves? What is that? Evacuation Day. Evacuation Day was the day that the British troops sailed out of New York City at the end of the American Revolution, November 25th, 1783. Not to be confused with Evacuation Day in Massachusetts, where the British sailed out of Boston Harbor nearer to the beginning of the Revolution. While the Treaty of Paris formally ended the war in early September, the British took some time to pack up their belongings and leave their stronghold at New York, mainly because many loyalists found a sudden need to leave the country, and so there were more people to carry than they originally anticipated. Plus, they probably wanted some time in duty-free. Of course, the British are known for being practical jokers, and so they couldn't resist getting in a few friendly parting shots. Before they left, troops nailed a Union Jack to a flagpole on the bowling green and then greased the pole. Undaunted, the Americans nailed up spikes to help them climb, managing to raise stars and stripes before the British fleet had sailed out of sight. After that, climbing a greased flagpole to tear down a Union Jack would be part of New York's Evacuation Day's festivities, proving that you Americans need better hobbies. The other British parting shot was a literal one. A British ship fired a cannonball at the crowds on Staten Island who were jeering at the departing flotilla. Nobody was hurt, the ball fell short of the land, but it's sometimes called the last shot of the American Revolution. Evacuation Day isn't much celebrated anymore. It fell out of favor when Thanksgiving was moved to the end of November in 1863. Ah, I see. I did not know that. So, when was Thanksgiving traditionally celebrated? The Treaty of Paris. This is the treaty that ended the war between Britain and the United States, not to be confused with the Treaty of Paris of 1763, which ended the French and Indian War, or the Treaty of Paris of 1810, which ended the French war with Sweden. Paris loved the treaty. The fighting between American and British forces had mostly ended by 1781, with Cornwallis's surrender at Yorktown. This agreement formalized the end of the war and declared the United States as a new nation, with the 13 colonies as 13 new states. The treaty also provided for the release of prisoners of war on both sides, a return of seized property to loyalists and patriots alike, and an expansion of the boundaries of the United States. Of course, the reality was a bit more complicated. Both sides refused to return property that theoretically belonged to the other. Like a messy divorce in some easy listening CDs, and as to the offer of expanded territory, well, Spain had other ideas about whose land it was, as did the indigenous peoples living there. And we all know what happened there, don't we? Alright. So, I guess we're just gonna go around from place to place, just being in the crowd as historical events happen? Okay, sure, I'm down with that. What are we gonna go witness next? Something in the frontier, so can't be Revolutionary War related. What could it be? Is it in Concord? No. Where is it? Oh. We're going back to, well, I wouldn't call it home. We're going back to our former home. We're going back to our village. Our former village. Oh. And, it's just, there's just a guy here. Sir?
If you're hungry, I've extra.
Oh, thank you. Where is everyone?
Gone west. Been a while since they left. Seems some fella from New York was granted the land by Congress.
What?
What?
Seeing it happen more and more. Government says they don't take land that's already owned, but
How could this have happened?
we're on our own now. No more merry English parts and labour. which means we gotta go at it ourselves. Gotta pay for it too. Selling land is quick and easy, not quite so nasty as taxes. And since some say they're what started the old war, ain't no rush to bring 'em back. Clever men, these new leaders of ours. They know not to push it just yet. Too soon for taxes. Too British.
Right. Yeah, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Yep. Alright, well, that's Canyon K gone. Just like that. Alright, now we go to Boston, where another epilogue mission awaits us. Excuse me for a minute. Gonna grab some water. All this talking is, oh, I just got a trophy for something. All this talking is, Animus hack. What? Wait, what's going on? What am I unlocking? Hold on. I think I've missed out on things. Semi-automatic. What are you talking about? I was just about to say that all that talking was making my throat all dry, and that makes it even harder to talk, so I was just getting some water to help me talk more. Which is, I'm sure, what you guys want. For me to talk more. Okay. Okay. Royal pistol on the left. I don't. It has been happening more and more now. It keeps replacing my pistols with other pistols that I don't want to replace. I don't want your stupid Scottish pistol. I want the Royal pistol for a reason. Because it shoots 2 shots. I don't want a crappy single shot pistol. No siree. Alright, what's this about? Animus hacks? Oh, is it because I completed the database? Right. That's probably it. So how do I use these hacks? Are they gonna be in options or DNA tracker? Training center? It's gotta be in options, right? Animus hacks. Can't get hurts. Infinite ammunition. Always assassinates. No more reload time for ranged weapons. Guard detection investigation is disabled. You know what? This would have been helpful when I was doing my collectibles. When I was collecting those almanac pages or stuff like that. Yeah. Season changer? No, I'm alright. Okay. Oh, what's this? Charles Lee is dead, but Connor realizes his work is far from done. Contacted by the first civilization, he has buried the amulet where only Desmond will find it. Okay, well, we did that. Oh, what? I thought there was a mission here. What? Okay, I guess not. Did a mission happen while I was getting my water? No game progress is saved while... what is the point of that, then? What is the point of giving me hacks if I can't use them? That shit out of here, man. Getting my hopes up for nothing. I know it's too good to be true. Right, that's why... yeah, that's why the mission didn't spawn? Oh, no. There is no mission. I think. I'm confused. I don't know. Did I glitch the game? Did I do something I wasn't supposed to do? Treaty of Paris was the last thing. How do you see the epilogue? Can you even see the epilogue missions? No, it's just main missions. Liberation, collectibles, forts, citizen missions. What? Deliver. Oh yeah, deliver. Okay. Naval missions, locations, privateer contracts, homestead, inventions. Oh yeah, okay. Still got one more to invent. Alright, seriously, that's it? That's it. It says Finn. Complete each of the epilogue missions. Okay, so then... I don't understand. There was a mission marker here in Boston, wasn't there? But then it's gone. Alright, well... I guess that's it then for the epilogue and for Desmond's story. Both have concluded. Alright, so... well, this is technically goodbye for Connor's and Desmond's story. We still have the Tyranny of King Washington DLC to do. And then we'll do Assassin's Creed Liberation. And then we'll take a break from that and move on to Shadow of War, which should be exciting. All right, well, not how I wanted to end this. I wanted it to end more climactically, but I guess not. So I guess all there is left to say is thank you all for watching, and until the next time. Goodbye.